Hey, what's up? It's Boar. We're back on the level locked, level 100 Death Wizard. Well over 100 million overflow experience now. Last video we soloed Novus and the final Aeon fight. Hardest thing I've ever done, please go check that out. Today we're going to stay level locked at level 100, beat all of Wallaru, and solo the final fight of Wallaru, Invading Fleets. I'm a player. Boy. Yeah. I have exactly 0 quests, so we have to talk to Santiago to start the Wallaru Quest line. And he's telling us all about the dreaming, and that the Tree of Knowledge Sybil can help us learn more about it. Boy, I sure love no mount areas. He gives us new info on Sybil. Apparently she was planted with water from this dreaming. Oh, and she wakes up very quickly when he comes. And we are taking some of her branches. Just gonna take some of these, Sybil. And that teleports you into this weird Sybil memory where she flashes back and says, when I meant you have nothing to fear, I was saying a name, the Nothing. And that we woke up the Nothing when we became the Paradox, and the Nothing was trying to mimic us, which is why we had to fight the Aberrant Paradox in Caramel. And now we have to fight every form of design / the Nothing. Get a look at this whack deck I had to run for that last video. It was crazy. Clear that out real quick. I'm going to run a deck that's a little bit more familiar to a death. Mass, Feint, Blade, Scarecrow. Let's go in here and fight every design / the Nothing. All of their health is in the 5,000 to 6,000 range, so I'm just going to enchant my items. Blade, Feint, Scarecrow. There's the Blade. Alright, there's my Blade. Feint time. Bro, move the leaf out of the screen. I can't see anything. This camera angle just has Sybil's leaves blocking the camera half the time. There's my Mass Feint though. Alright, I'm bladed, and they have the Mass Feint on them. It's Scarecrow time. Alright, Leaf, get out of the way. I'm trying to kill. There's Scarecrow, Critical, Blade, Mass Feint. First guy's definitely cooked. Other two should be cooked. Everyone's well done. Bon appetit, and I'm full health again. Bye, designs. Hey, it's just like the fight again. It's just nothing but leaves on my entire screen. From now on, we are going to keep her branch with us, and that's going to protect us when we travel. And we have a special brain from our time as the Paradox. It's altered and shielded. Oh, so I guess we just stood here right next to Santiago and fell asleep for that entire sequence just now. Speak to Xander, continue the journey. Talk to Xander, and Xander is from Wallaru, and he can't go with us to help because he has warrants for his arrest. We have to cross the outback into the dreaming and then take the soil that we don't have. We didn't bring the soil? You didn't say to bring the soil. So now we go get the soil. Grab the Novus dirt, go back to Xander again. He's taking some of our dirt, and he confirms that the entire spiral blames me for what happened to design in Novus. Talk to Ione. And Ione pretty much just says, yeah, you're cooked. But I get an Arcanum promotion, Principal Liaison. Now I just talked to Santiago. We have the branch, we have the dirt. He has the spiral key to Wallaru, and he's going to help guide us. I finally have the 5th page of Worlds full on a level 100. And we have touched down in Wallaru. If you didn't know, Wallaru is Australian themed, so it has kangaroos, koalas, emus, weird talking G'day mate, and the thing that protects the dreaming is the Great Barrier, as in the Great Barrier Reef. And there's an area called the Outback. Like, just look at that, Outback Steakhouse, and it looks just like this. And this is a reference to Finding Nemo, P. Sherman, Wallaby Way, Sydney. I'm going to cut here, beat all of Wallaru, and come back to you when it's time to solo the final fight of Wallaru, Invading Fleets. I have made it through all of the questing for Wallaru. I'm looking out of the window of the Doom Moon, and here is the final sigil, Invading Fleets. And I have the quest to defeat the final boss of Wallaru, Valencian Naval Fleet. I'm still level locked at level 100, and we are up to 123 million overflow experience. Let's go inside, and then I will break down the deck and gear setup I'm running for this because it is very unique. I'm inside, but now I am a boat for some reason. And I have to fight these other naval fleets for each world we antagonized in Novus. And the Doom Moon in the background can actually help us this fight, but I'll go over that when we're in the fight. I tried my best to go into this fight with a similar setup that I did for the Aeon fight, where I could just drain for health and power, drain for health and power, and just keep doing that so I wouldn't die and chip away at their damage, summon a Monstrology minion. That did not even come close to working for me because they blade, trap, aura, and have rank 7s, Wallaru, Novus attacks. So I have to use the Doom Moon to win this fight. The Doom Moon runs off Gambit. You have to stack hanging effects, and if you do it right, set up the right amounts, it will fire the cannon and deal 6,000 damage to everyone. So that's what we're going to go for. You can stack blades, traps, hots, dots, and other things. For me though, I'm going to stick mostly with dots, some hots, and a few traps. My main deck, I'm running Fire Elf, Immolate, Salamander, Resist Auras, couple pips, couple traps, and this beefy Resist Aura. Now for the treasure cards, 572 links, because this lets me set up the hot and dot conditional at the same time. So if I link twice, it'll fire the cannon twice. That's 12,000 damage. So as a death, I'm not really running any death spells, so I might as well be fire, which is why I have on this Fire and Mastery Amulet. With perfect power pip, perfect fire accuracy, and the main focus of this gear set, 85 universal resist with 103 resist to storm. No damage stats, but we're letting the cannon do all the damage. I also made this pet right here, specially for just this challenge, super resist, especially to storm, and a will cast hex. With that beefy 25% aura right here. I have prepped so much for this, you're about to witness high-level brain gameplay, but that's enough about the setup. Let's go inside and see if it actually works. My number one priority round one is to get more resist because they deal so much damage. I don't need all of these immolates, but I do need this fortify. 15% more resist. See, they blade like crazy. And here's a Wallaru attack critical round one. How much does this deal with my crazy resist? 230. That was dealing like 800 in my normal attack set. And there's traps. They really love to set. I had a decent start. I'm going to start putting up the links, and I'll just put it on the one with the most health. Link number one, dot on him, hot on me. That sets up half the hot and half the dot conditional. Oh, he's double bladed now. The storm's bloodlusted. He's blading too. And another Wallaru spell. 350 that time. A little bit more, but he had the myth traps. Shadow Nova. 330, but it puts that weakness on me. A little bit annoying, but luckily this link does not care about the weakness. The weakness will go away on the link, but I don't want the damage from the link. I want the damage from the Doom Moon. Link, a little bit of free healing. At 50 is massive. Link number two, no more weakness, dot on him, hot on me, and that sets up the first cannon fire, 6,000 to all, goodbye hots, and sets up the second dot fire conditional, second fire, 6k to all, and removes the dots. So that round I dealt 12,000 damage just using the cannon. And he's hitting me with Catalan, and he's double bladed. How much damage are you dealing to me with these double blades? Don't be big. 195, okay, that's nada. Nada. Scarecrow's not good though because he will drain back a little bit of health. And he's bladed. Did that deal 300 to me? Yeah, and he healed back for 150. Having resist is nice in this fight. And the Keeper. Trap buffed Keeper. Should deal a little bit of damage. Hopefully 400 max. 330, I can take that. Samurai. This one's annoying because it deals a little bit of damage, but then it puts a 70% shield on that guy. Luckily though, I packed Fire Elf just for that one scenario where he puts up that shield, and I'm actually going to hex this one because he has a little bit more than 6k, and then Fire Elf this one with the shield. Here's the Fire Elf. Get rid of my weakness. One dot on him. Clear the shield for an additional dot on him. Pet, go put the hex on him for 30% more damage on the one that had over 6k. And that double dot Fire Elf fulfills the cannon conditional, does 6k to everyone and 7,800 to the one that had a little bit more health. That takes care of the whole squad just because that guy shielded against a fire/death. That gets us out of the first phase. All 4 of the original mobs are dead, and now it resummons 4 new bosses, and after we beat these 4, we've won the fight. Back to me, I'm getting down lower on health, and my aura is about to run out, so I'm going to replace it with my beefy aura. Pet aura go brrr. 25% resist on this aura, 10% more than the previous one. So I should be taking less damage than I have been. And they're just taking this first round to buff up anyways. This one's actually attacking with a shadow spell. I have the second most resist to shadow. So what's this going to do with my new resist aura? 165. He healed for 82. I'm so tanky, it put another trap on me. Now I could link right here and keep on going with my hot dot setup. I want to show you Immolate because it sets up 2 dots in one round and clears traps, which I have a lot of, to summon a minion. So I'm going to do this on the one with the most health just because. Here's the Immolate. What does it deal to me? 12. It deals 12 to me to put 2 dots on him, which is free value, and then clears 3 traps that were on me to summon a minion. My goodness, these Path B and C spells are so useful because there goes another Cannon Blast, 6k to everyone because of the 2 dots off Immolate. And I got a free minion out of it. What is this life spell? Critical Zan the Bandit with a blade. Don't be too big, please. 283. More blades. And the nice thing about this minion is he hots you, which helps you set up the hot conditional. I'm going to be cheeky and cast the Hex and a Tri-Trap on this one because it takes 4 traps to set up another condition to fire the cannon. So there's 3 traps. Out goes my little pet. There's the 4th trap. And the Cannon Blast, and uses the Hex my pet put on to deal 7,800 to that one that had the most health. So that was 1 round setting up all the trap conditional with my pet. And here's the free hot from my minion. Thank you, buddy. Here's a critical Phantasmania, and I took 200, and my minion died almost 2k on the minion. And I'm getting hit by our buddy Divin. This is Blade Aura Divin, deals 270 on me, and puts a big beefy 55% trap. Oh! The big beefy 55 trap's gonna get hit by the Storm, which you would think would be the strongest one. He criticals with the blade and the 55 trap, but my Storm resist is so big and my aura is so big he can't pierce high enough to deal any damage. So he just wasted that blade and that 55 trap to deal 0. Yes. They all have less than 6k. I'm going to Immolate again and do another double dot. 12 damage on me. Double dot on him. Clears the traps on me to summon back another minion for such insane value. So much text you can't read it. Fires the cannon, 6k to all. And that is wraps on that fight. I was in such a good spot. I could have toyed with them a little bit more. I was taking no damage from the Storm, next to no damage from everybody else. Finished the fight with 1800, but it felt like I had way more than that from the pace of the fight. Time to dock our ship and disengage. Get me away from these boats. Yeah, I'm okay, Shadow. I just mopped the poop deck with them. Now we go back to Conditus and laugh in their faces. And who likes the emo drip for the locked in resist set? This 103 storm resist, plus this 25% resist aura on top of that, put me effectively at 128 resist to storm, and the storm had less than 28 pierce, so he couldn't get me below 100, and I was immune to storm in that fight. It was so juicy. If I would have pulled that aura at the start of the fight, I would have taken even less damage. Let's ride the rocket. Laugh in their faces, speak to design. The actual world leaders come and line things out. Tell Ione that everything's cool now. Talk to swagged out design. And attend the Real Peace Summit. Mend the schism between the Cabal and the Arcanum. Talk to Sybil and she tells us the Spiral will always need its Scion. Click done on that and boom, hero of nothing. That means we beat all of Wallaru. And we did it all at level 100 with us soloing the final fight of Wallaru. This was a very challenging fight, but it was also very fun to experiment with, set up for, and create strategies against. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and come back again next time to hang out with Boar. Ooh.
Boar, yeah. 7 claws in my hand and they all blades.
Okay, so the Goth build, this much resist, You saw in the video the damage I was taking. Put on my main set, so I have damage, 1,000 more health, but no resist. And check out the damage I take from this Zan the Bandit round 1, 1,200. They could have all cast a Wallaru spell against me in the other gear set and it would not have dealt that much. This is the second attack of the first round. And look how much damage that's dealing. 1,200 again. 2,500 damage in the first 2 attacks. I was dying like round 2 every fight. It was so crazy.